That isn't true, and you know it.
I don't know anything of the kind.
Jack, I'd never become pregnant without consulting you, knowing the way you feel about babies. And for you to say so is horrible.
Yeah. I suppose you're going to tell me that's not what it was all about, huh? Having little John down to our apartment, all the talk about babies and family.
It wasn't.
Mm-hmm. And the hurt feelings? When I didn't share your enthusiasm about having a baby?
I was hurt, yes.
Enough to talk about annulment.
Oh, Jack, I didn't mean it.
Okay, so you decided against annulment. So you decided to do it on your own. You were trying then, weren't you?
No, I wasn't trying. I never tried. And for you to think so hurts me more than I can say.
Please don't do that.
Do what? Have a baby?
Cry. Please don't try to get around me that way. I'm hurt and angry, too, and I want you to know it.
Oh, I know it, Jack. I know it.
You're determined to prove yourself, right?
Oh, that isn't true.
Mm-hmm. Be your mother's daughter? Huh? 7 babies? That's the way to be a Ryan, isn't it?
Oh, who said anything about 7 babies? We're talking about 1. I should have known you'd take it like this.
Yeah, well, you knew very well the way I take it. You talked to me enough about babies. You knew you're taking a chance. You did it all the same.
Jack, I've never lied to you, honey. And I don't believe you've ever lied to me. I mean, from the very beginning, even when it hurt, we've always been honest with each other.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, then how can you think I'm lying now?
Maybe you're not. Maybe it was unconscious. You were in charge of birth control. You let it happen, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, and I'm sorry.
Sorry? What the hell good is sorry? I mean, what went wrong?
I don't know.
Look, it's just too much a pattern, Mary. First we have your brother's baby staying with us, then we got to talk about whether we would have babies or if we could have a baby or where, and then suddenly all of a sudden you're going to have a baby. Well, it's just too damn much coincidence for me.
Well, I realize it seems that way. There's nothing much I can do to change that. And I'm not even sure it matters anymore. Because what really worries me is that it sounds very much as if you don't want this baby.
That's, just about it.
The part of Frank Ryan is now being played by Andrew Robinson.
A surprise engagement
EJ asked me to marry him.
that Nicole will set out to destroy.
You got a secret. I'm gonna find out what it is.
That is, if Sammy doesn't beat her to the punch.
Son of a bitch! You are going to pay!
Watch Days of Our Lives weeknights at 6 and 11 on SoapNet. Who's coming and who's going? SoapNet has a status update on your favorite stars. On General Hospital, Ingo Rademacher and Vanessa Marcel Giovinazzo say so long to poor Charles.
Wow.
And Constance Towers is back as troublemaker Helena.
It's true.
On One Life to Live, Tony Award-winning actress LaShawns debuts as Yvette, while Tuck Watkins returns as David Vickers.
What do you think about that?
And on All My Children, Josh Duhamel, Eva LaRue, and Torsten Kay take one more trip to Pine Valley.
I'm here to stay.
Keep up with the latest status updates on SoapNet and ABC.com.
Just come with me. She wants both of us.
Well, I'm not going over there.
Look at me. 1, we're a salty sweet snack. 2, salty sweet snacks get eaten. And 3, I prefer her versus Hungry Eyes over here.
salty, sweet, and impossible to resist.
Somebody get this guy a bowl of nuts or something, please.
Well-being. We're all striving for it. Purina Cat Chow helps you nurture it in your cat with a full family of excellent nutrition and helpful resources. Purina Cat Chow. Share a better life.
2 hungry tummies and 10 minutes to spare. 1 pound of ground beef, a packet of Hidden Valley Ranch burgers. My family is so much more lovable when they're not hungry.
Hidden Valley Ranch. Mix it up.
All right, big guy.
Just gonna throw you down right there.
Get that diaper off.
Wow.
How can you be sure the leak is locked? Do the Leak Lock Lift Check.
Success.
With new Leak Lock, Huggies Snug and Dry diapers are now even more absorbent. Just lift, look, and celebrate dryness.
As I get older, I'm making changes to support my metabolism. I'm more active, I eat right, and I switched to One-A-Day Women's Active Metabolism, the complete women's multivitamin, plus more for metabolism support. And that's a change I feel good about.
From One-A-Day.
What happened to her?
She fell, hit her head against the corner of a desk. There's obviously a concussion, possibly a hairline fracture.
Have you done skull and chest x-rays?
They're ordered.
Echoencephalogram, brain scan?
I think the encephalogram will be enough, unless she convulses.
Well, her pupils seem normal.
Actually, she's had a hard knock on her head, but I don't think she's badly hurt.
Faith, has she come around at all?
No, not yet. When she does, she's going to have a terrific headache. But Pat found her right away, and she's been under constant medical attention since immediately after the accident.
Well, at least that's something. Faith, where did this happen?
In the Ryan living room.
How?
She was pushed.
Pushed?
Your little playmate.
Delia?
Uh-huh. It also turns out Delia pushed Frank down a flight of stairs in the hospital last year. She's not as sweet and cuddly as she appears to be, eh?
Are you telling me that Frank fell because Delia pushed him?
Apparently, they got into a fight about his seeing Jill. Yes, even back then. And he got her mad or something, and when he turned his back, she pushed.
That's incredible.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that. It all depends on where you're looking from. And if you wouldn't mind a little advice from your sister, Roger, I wouldn't turn my back on her if I were you.
Look, Faith, this is no time for jokes. Are you sure there's no intracranial hemorrhaging at all?
Reasonably sure.
Look, it's not that I don't have confidence in you, Faith, but I'd like to examine her myself, just to make sure that they didn't miss
No.
it. What?
She's had a complete workup, and she doesn't need anybody else poking at her.
Okay. If you say so.
It's going to be mainly a matter of keeping her under observation for a couple of days.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Which means that she'll miss the beginnings of the custody hearing tomorrow.
Unless Frank has him postponed.
Oh, I imagine Frank will be more determined than ever to get little John out of Delia's custody.
I just don't understand how Delia could have done this.
It's very simple. In a flash of temper, she pushed Jill. Jill fell over little John's tricycle.
Oh, well, then at least it was partly an accident.
I don't believe you said that.
Dr. Faith Coleridge, the operator has a call for you.
Thank you, Lisa. Who's Dr. Coleridge, operator? You holding a call for him? Yes. I think that the EKG is probably the main. I'm sure that.
Is that you, love?
Yeah, it's me. I went over to see Jack, and then I stopped by church on my way home. I'm sorry I'm late.
Is there something wrong? Is it about Jack?
No. Yes, in a way.
Did you tell him about the baby? Oh, Mary. Some men don't take news like that very well in the beginning, but you know, later on.
Oh, Ma, it was so much worse than that.
Are you sure, darling? I mean, he's in a lot of pain.
He doesn't want children. I mean, I should have guessed that after all the arguments we had about little John.
No, this is different.
No, it isn't. He doesn't want this baby, and he said so.
Oh, darling.
Oh, I don't know why I'm crying.
Darling, yes. You don't know? Oh.
No, we should pick up this stupid toy.
No, leave me. Leave me. I don't get much chance to do any mothering these days. Let's not waste it on picking up after the baby for Delia.
Oh, Ma, why can't I stop?
Oh. Maybe you're not all cried out, dear. That's all. Go on now. Go on.
Hey, sweetheart.
She'll be better in a moment.
I don't.
What happened?
Well, she told Jack about the baby, and he wasn't exactly keen.
He thinks I did it on purpose, when I knew he didn't want children.
Didn't want children. He didn't want children. What kind of man's against children?
She means that he doesn't feel he's exactly ready to be a father, that's all.
Oh, Ma, if it were only that. But, I mean, there's so much more.
Sweetheart, he's your husband. I don't want to say a word against him.
That would be very sensible, John.
But it doesn't surprise me. He didn't want marriage. He just wanted you. Well, maybe now he has to face the fact that there's more to marriage than going to bed with your wife.
No, but he's right in a way. I knew he didn't want children. It was my responsibility not to get pregnant.
Your responsibility.
John, she's upset enough already.
She's upset. We're all upset. All because Mr. Finelli doesn't think it's appropriate that he become a father this year.
Or any year, according to him.
No, he didn't want to get married either, remember?
That's right, that's right. He left you standing at the altar. If it wasn't for Bob and me.
And he didn't. And he's made a perfectly good husband so far. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Well, then if some of us have a little more patience and a lot of hope in the future, he'll make a very good father as well.
Sure. Sure, that's possible. When he finds out this may be the only child he can ever have, he'll sing a different tune.
No, the doctor said there might be surgery.
They certainly did.
And I'm not going to believe anything less.
Well, it's possible that they can help, I'm sure. I mean, they're coming up with new techniques all the time. Who's to say a year from now, Jack won't be on his feet again, all patched up, as fit as ever. It's what I want for you, sweetheart. You deserve it.
I know. Thank you, darling.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, evening, son.
Well, what's that, some kind of new game? You need another player?
No, we were just picking up some of Little John's toys that Delia didn't notice.
Yeah.
Mary has some news.
Is that so, Mayor?
I didn't have a chance to tell you before, Frank. I'm gonna have a baby.
For real? Oh, Mayor, that's so terrific. Well, how do you feel?
Oh, a little scared, but wonderful in spite of everything.
Well, I should think so. It's the greatest news in the world. I wish my news were quite as good.
biggest wish. Liam is my son.
This week, the truth
You sound like you think you're gonna lose us.
I am.
comes out.
Liam's not my son. He's John's.
John, I have something to tell you.
The reunion is coming. Watch One Life to Live, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
It's the way you bring out the sun. It's the way you make it all fun.
Know who makes the day sunny? My mom and Sunny D. I love the taste. Mom loves the vitamin C. And now it has 40% fewer calories than most regular soda brands. Sunny D.
Make today a sunny day.
Drink up and download free music. Find out more at sunnyd.com.
When you come to eHarmony, I can promise you, we sincerely care about you. Experience the difference of a site that really cares about helping you find a wonderful relationship. Visit eHarmony today and review your compatible matches free.
We spend a lot of time on the feed because a chicken is what it eats.
This seal verifies we feed my fresh, all-natural chickens an all-vegetarian diet, including corn, soybeans, and marigolds.
No animal byproducts, no meat and bone meal.
When you put my chicken on the table, you know where it came from.
This summer, the party's on SoapNet.
We have a party to rock.
You'll never take over my life.
Nothing is going to change how I feel about you.
That love can't die, baby.
Oh, it is so on.
What? Shut up! And you won't believe who's coming.
You're back.
This is one summer shindig you don't want to miss.
I am ready to have the summer of my life.
Only on SoapNet.
Down.
Dr. Coleridge, those charts are for staff use only.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure they're doing everything possible for my sister.
Well, Daddy, don't you think you should ask the physician in charge?
Have you seen the results of the EEG yet?
I'm not allowed to discuss that with you. Now, please.
Now, come on, Morris. Now, I'm not going to tell anyone.
Dr. Coleridge, would you mind speaking to your brother?
Roger, what are you doing back there? You shouldn't be looking at that.
Oh, yes. I can certainly see why.
It's all right, Lisa. Come with me. I want to talk to you a second. I don't suppose it ever occurred to you that you're sticking your nose in a strictly private affair.
Well, if she's in her first trimester, I doubt that it's going to be a private affair very much longer.
Jill doesn't want people to know yet.
What, that she's pregnant? Or who the father might be?
She doesn't want anyone to know anything.
Tell me, was she very upset?
Yes, very. Very, very.
Well, I'll have to try to think of something comforting to tell her first thing in the morning.
Roger, couldn't you just forget about it for a while until she's ready to tell you herself?
Yes. Yes, I could.
But you won't.
You know, it's ironic. Here I am, the family ne'er-do-well, the black sheep, a disgrace to my father. But at least I don't have anyone with child. And on the other hand, we have that upstanding councilman, Frank Ryan, that pillar of morality, that defender of truth and justice and decency. And he has my sister pregnant when he is oh so very married.
Roger, I realize that it would give you a great deal of satisfaction to embarrass Frank Ryan.
That it would.
But you have to know how awful it would be for Jill.
Yes, that is a consideration, I'll admit.
Please, don't say anything. Please.
Well, I wasn't about to start shouting it from the rooftops, Faith. You know, I'm not that much of a rat. Oh, my. Oh, my, the custody hearing.
Among other things.
Well, that really would ruin Frank's chances if the judge found out about Jill. He would get custody of little John.
I'm not going to get into an argument with you about that now. I'm sure if Dee knew, it would help her side of the matter. But it would also be awful for Jill.
What, the embarrassment? Look, people are going to find out sooner or later.
Jill doesn't want Frank to lose her son because of her.
What is it about Frank Ryan that makes everyone worry about him? Everyone except me.
Roger, please don't do that. I'm telling you what Jill wants. Can't you respect that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can. The question is, will I?
If you care anything about Jill.
Look, I don't mind doing a good turn for Jillian. But what I do mind is missing a chance to do a bad turn for Frank. And Delia would be so very grateful.
Roger!
You see, it's much easier for you, Faith, because I have more considerations. Look, I want to do everything I can to help our sister.
Well, I hope that you'll stand by her. There's all sorts of obvious reasons and advantages for you in telling Delia.
Yes, I'd rather thought about that myself.
But there's also an advantage in not telling.
Like what?
It would give us a chance. The three of us, you, Jill, and me, to act as a family first, to care about each other for a change. I would hope that that would be an advantage for you, too.
Yeah, I'd like that, too. The trouble is, little sister, I'd also like Delia.
Next, take a trip to the Upper West Side on Ryan's Hope. Later, spend some time in Genoa City with the Young and the Restless. Only on SoapNet. Want more of your favorite soaps?
That's great.
Log on to abc.com/daytime. Watch current full episodes of All My Children, General Hospital, and One Life to Live.
Online critics love it.
Plus, get exclusive sneak peeks of what's coming up next.
Sounds like a thumbs up to me.
Connect with other fans to discuss what's on your mind.
I always want to hear what you have to say.
And check out the 101 galleries to get an intimate look at the history of your favorite characters.
That's the best news I've heard all day.
Find it all now at abc.com/daytime.
Good boy. You ready? Go get it.
It's getting harder and harder to tell what's real. We're Nutro, a pioneer of real natural dog food that makes a visible difference in the health of your dog. See the real difference at nutro.com.
This top stylist tested new Suave Professional's Rosemary Mint versus Aveda.
I love the fragrance of rosemary mint. Her hair is very smooth, shiny. I can't tell the difference.
New Suave Professionals, reformulated to work as well as top salon brands.
My doctor told me calcium is best absorbed in small, continuous amounts. Only one calcium supplement does that in one daily dose. New Citracal Slow Release continuously releases calcium plus D for the efficient absorption my body needs. Citracal.
She did it out of revenge, but she was wrong.
Jake never slept with Kara.
This week, panic sets in,
Please, God, don't let me be pregnant.
and a dangerous new alliance.
Do you have any idea what you've done?
Watch All My Children, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 8 on SoapNet.
We asked Bradford Anderson to name all the Spinelli nicknames he could remember. Go.
Stone Cold Mr. Serpacino-esque one, Maximista, Blonde one, Original Blonde one, Prince Pectoral, Big Daddy Stone Cold, the Goddess, the Divine one, Bad Blonde one, the Demented one, the Valkyrie, the Brusque Lady of Justice. I could be here for literally 3 days, probably.
See who Spinelli will nickname next on General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet. People are talking about General Hospital's Sean Butler. Patricia Rich posted on Facebook, he is a good-looking bad boy with a good side. I'm really digging this one. Elizabeth Cross agrees. Oh yes, he is a sexy man. Suki Williams-Ellis adds, I trust my eyes when I look at him, and they like what they see. Judy McCoy says, good choice, GH. And Kathleen Hahn sums it up, so damn hot. People are talking about General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
They're filthy rich and play dirty games.
We're just not cut out for good deeds.
Amy Adams stars in a SoapNet movie event, Cruel Intentions 2, Thursday at 2 on SoapNet.
It
seems to me that there's always been some kind of bond between me and Mary through the years. And there certainly is a closeness today.
Frank, what's all this about?
I'm sorry if I seem so casual about it, but you have to admit the timing is incredible. It's about Jill.
What about Jill?
Isn't she better?
Oh, they think she is. She's had a hard knock in the head, and she'll still probably have a couple of bad days, but she doesn't seem to have anything more serious than that. But there is one complication.
What would that be?
She's also going to have a baby.
Oh, no.
A baby?
Well, Frank, that certainly does confuse things, but I think it's wonderful.
Thanks, Mare. So do I.
Francis, Michael, what are you going to do if Didi won't give you a divorce?
Mom, there's going to be a way.
Oh, is there? Oh, is there? Just like that? Seems to me it's not quite so easy.
Well, something will just have to be worked out.
And suppose Didi won't work anything out. Surely you're going to give the child a name.
Well, of course I am.
What about Jill? I mean, how is she taking this?
Well, I haven't had a chance to talk to her yet, but I know that there's nothing in this world that I want more than to get free and to marry Jill.
I never thought I'd ever think of remarriage as a solution to a problem. I'm not even sure that I do now.
Marriage to Jill is something that I have wanted for almost 4 years, Mom. And because of that, and because of my love for her, the idea that she and I will have a child together, well, it seems a blessing to me.
Yeah, but Frank, you are being a little casual about it, you know?
Well, you know, I'm still trying to get used to the idea.
Dee is dead set against giving you a divorce. Something like this is just gonna make her firmer in her resolve.
We'll deal with that.
Oh, yes, I'm sure you will find a way in a year or two. But what about Jill and what about the baby?
Come on, Mother. It's not all that bad.
I'd like to think so.
Jill and Frank love each other. I mean, being together or not, married or not, is a lot.
I know, dear.
I don't have to tell you that it wasn't planned. And I know that it's not going to be easy for Jill or for anybody.
I wouldn't think so.
But I know one thing. The more I think of it, the more excited I get. And the more pleased I am. I mean that, Mom.
I'm sure you do, son.
Oh, Frank, and that's what makes it wonderful. Because loving and wanting are all that matter.
And it's gonna be all fine. I mean, why shouldn't it be, huh? Except there is one other consideration.
And what's that?
I would prefer it that we keep this among ourselves until after the hearing.
Oh, Delia.
That's right. And I know that she would use it against me if she could. And the last thing I want is to lose the chance to give little John a good home because of Jill's situation.
Dear heaven, of course not.
Frank, no one's gonna say anything. I mean, you can count on us, you know that.
Thanks, Dad.
Well, I won't say that I'm overjoyed by your news, son. But I think there are two people we have to concentrate on. Little John and his baby half-sister or brother. And I've got to admit that I don't feel all bad about having Jill Coleridge as the mother to my grandchildren. I really don't.
Do I have to tell Frank that it's really Seneca's baby? Or do I go on letting him think that it's his? Jill.
In Landview, rules were meant to be broken, and its residents will stop at nothing to get their way. Catch all the Landview shenanigans on an all-new episode of One Life to Live, weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.